Hello everyone! In our previous lesson, you learned how to create a pictograph using the frequency chart. Today, we will create a bar graph using frequency chart. Using the same survey that we had, we are going to make a bar graph. Now, how do we start making a bar graph? The first thing you have to look for is the number of tallies for each category, and then think of the right scale or increment for the scale that you're going to use. So I have here 5 for reading, 4 for math, 5 for science, and 3 for social studies. So what's the best number that I could use the skip count with and to be used on my scale in order to represent the graph properly? If I'm going to do it by 5, it will be very hard because some numbers are smaller than 5. If I'll do it by ones, my graph will be very long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an increment of 2 on my scale, meaning to say I'll be skip counting by 2 on my scale. So from 0, the next number would be 2, followed by 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Now, how am I going to put this tally marks or this number to my graph? So all you have to do is to look at the number represented by each category. Let's say for reading, I have 5. Now I need you to take a look at your graph. In this scale, where should we find 5? That's right. 5 is in between 4 and 6. So I'm going to put a mark on the space between these two numbers, and then create a bar going down to reading. There you go. Now how about for math? There are 4 students who like math as their favorite subject. So I have to look for 4 in my scale. It's here. Put a mark across it or on top of math, and then create the bar. For science, we got 5 students. So we have to identify where number 5 is in your scale. We know that it's in between 4 and 6. So in the space between these two numbers, we're going to put a mark on top of science and then make the bar. As for social studies, we have 3 students who like it as who chose it as their favorite subject. So we know that 3 is in between 2 and 4. So we have to put a mark in between on the space between these two numbers on top of social studies and then create the bar. Now, for us not to forget what these bars are representing, we can put the number on top of it. For reading, we have 5. For math, we have 4. For science, we have 5. And then we have 3 for social studies. Okay, so in this lesson, you learned how to use the frequency chart in order to create a bar graph.